Hi there, welcome back to Real Kosher Family Living. This is Robin, and I'm going to be talking today about a topic that is really, really near and dear to my heart, something I'm really passionate about, and that's sleep. So I am passionate about sleep, my own sleep and my kids' sleep. Um, so I think that pretty much everyone would accept it as a fact that Americans and everybody who is living in developed countries is getting less sleep now than they were 100 years ago, and I think it's a really big problem. Right now it's 6 p.m., 6:15 p.m. in my house, and where are all my children? All of them, the 6-year-old, the almost 4-year-old, the 2-year-old, and the 4-month-old, they are all in bed where they should be. And I kind of fell into this theory by reading when I had my first baby. I read Healthy Sleep Habits, Happy Child by Dr. Weissbluth, and I'm going to put a link to that book at Amazon below this video so that you can take a look at it. And he's got 6 big points in his book that really seemed to me like the logical, well, not logical as he says, it's biological, not logical, but as the way that sleeping really works. And he's a very renowned sleep researcher. I don't know if you've heard of these places where you go and you sleep and they test your sleep on sleep clinics, but they have them for children, and he runs one or works in one. So his advice for babies is he's got these 6 steps for getting your baby to go to sleep. So the first step is watch your child. And I'll admit that with my first baby, I did not do this step. I skipped this step. We ended up, when I did sleep training with my first baby, with lots of screaming. So you watch your child. You put him or her down. Number 2, you put him or her down to sleep when you first see the signs of tiredness. So as soon as your baby is starting to rub his eyes or yawning or his eyelids are a little droopy or he's just kind of settled down, it seems now like it's instinctual, but I remember going through all this screaming with my first baby when I was helping her get to sleep, so I know it's not instinctual. I just haven't had a screaming baby in a long time, so this really does work. So you put your baby down to sleep when you first see signs of tiredness. Most children under the age of 6 months, this is number 3, do not stay awake for longer than 2 to 3 hours at a time without needing a nap. So this is a BabyWise theory too, although there's a lot of stuff I disagree with in BabyWise. This is not one of them. Your baby's up for 2 hours and then he's napping, hopefully for 2 hours. And then he's up for 2 hours and then he's napping for 2 hours. On our current schedule, the longest anybody is up for is 3 hours in the afternoon between 3 and 6. Don't put your child just down for a nap just when you feel like it. This is not how napping works. You don't get to schedule your baby's nap. Your baby gets to schedule their nap. Their nap starts 2 hours after they get up. That's their schedule. Work with it. Right now I have babies and toddlers, and I have people napping from around 9 o'clock in the morning to around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 3:30 in the afternoon. That's just it. I'm stuck at home between those hours because my children's sleep is really important to me, and I'll give you some more information about why sleep is so important here in a minute. Most children need to go to sleep at night earlier than you think. There's another book called The 7 p.m. Bedtime, which I've heard is really good. You can check that out. My kids go to bed at 6. They're not going to sleep at 6, I will admit. Some of them do not go to sleep at 6. Some of them do go to sleep at 6 on nights. It's there, I'm providing opportunities for sleep. Going to bed earlier promotes sleeping later. I know. You think that if you stay up later, you sleep later, but it doesn't work that way. It's not logical, it's biological. Sleep promotes sleep. The more sleep you're getting, the easier it is to sleep well. Okay, so how much sleep do kids need? Well, my baby is 4 months old. He needs to be getting 15 to 17 hours of sleep a day. My 2-year-old needs to be getting 13 to 15 hours of sleep a day. Now you can tell me that your child is different and doesn't fit these norms, and that's fine. But I want to know how come no one ever says, "Oh, my child doesn't fit these norms. He needs way more sleep than the average." No one is saying that. Then how is it an average if most kids need less than that? That's not the way averages work. Think about this carefully. Does your child need less sleep, or do you like having your child up for later in the evening so that you can see them and play with them? 3-year-olds still needing 12 hours of sleep. School-age children 8, 9, and 10 needing 10 to 12 hours of sleep a night. This is real stuff here, people. So let's see. There are all kinds of consequences to kids not getting enough sleep. You know, my friends call me the sleep Nazi. My mother-in-law calls me the sleep Nazi. Yeah, okay, there's a theme here. But you know, I was in a grocery store and I ran into an old college friend of mine, and he had a 4-year-old with him, an almost 4-year-old, at 9:30 at night, and then the mother of the child was complaining about how hyper this child is and how he throws these enormous temper tantrums and she can't handle him. Well, in the first place, he's up too late at night. So here's some of the consequences of inadequate sleep. Inadequate sleep makes children more moody, more impulsive, less able to concentrate. For more than 20 years, the sleep researchers have known that sleep deprivation makes it difficult to learn. I had a tutoring student who had diagnosed sleep disorders, and she was also diagnosed with a learning disability. Did the two go hand in hand? I absolutely think so. That's from the Journal of Experimental Psychology, March 1975. Poor sleep results in daytime tiredness, difficulties with focus, attention, low threshold to express negative emotion. That means you're irritable, easy to frustrate. Difficulty modulating impulses and emotions. When you're tired, you're cranky. Oh, that's a surprise for people, right? These are the same kind of symptoms that earned kids a diagnosis of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD and ADD. Does kids in America getting less sleep mean that we have more ADD? Well, we certainly have ADD. Poor sleep is a common feature of ADD. The researchers have noticed that sleep problems in 25 to 50%, sleep disorders in 25 to 50% of children and adolescents with ADHD, 2 to 3 times the rate of sleep problems in children without ADHD. And then they give these children stimulants. That's right, Ritalin is a stimulant. Why do you give a child a stimulant if he's hyperactive? Because he's tired and you need to keep him awake. See, I am passionate about this. One of the other important factors, or the important topics in Dr. Weissbuh's book, is that not only do your children need sleep, but your family needs sleep. Sleep is important for everybody. In adults, poor sleep results in obesity, a host of health problems. It results in the same kinds of crankiness and irritability and depression that you see in children. There's evidence now that depression doesn't cause sleep problems, but the sleep problems cause depression. So your children need to be getting sleep, and you need to be getting more sleep too, I'm sure. Adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. Are you getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep tonight? I'm not. I have a little baby. My baby goes down to bed at 6 and he gets up in the middle of the night to feed. So I'm not getting that sleep right now, but I will be as soon as he's sleeping through the night, because I think it's really important. I go to bed at 9 o'clock. I'm a big, boring person because I just think it's so important to get a lot of sleep. Things that can keep you up: caffeine, stimulation before bedtime, a television in your bedroom. Get it out of there. Throw it in the garbage can. You don't need it anyway. There's nothing on. I mean, well, there's Dancing with the Stars, but other than that, there's nothing on. All right, I know it was harsh, but I really believe in this stuff. If you have any questions, post them below. I'm not a doctor. I've just done a lot of research, and I'm really convinced of this. This is really important stuff, people. So go to bed. Good night.